Hello, and welcome to your practice. The intention for this particular practice is to perhaps guide you as you start to wake up first thing in the morning. Now, something that, I am reminded constantly is that yoga is meant for really any aspect of our life. It's meant to support us wherever we're at. Sometimes we feel like physical posture wise, right? When we're in the asana, we have to, you know, go hard or, maybe even find softness when we are coming down into sleep. And this is also true when we first start to wake up. So while it is recommended that when we first wake up in the morning, ideally we want to be getting out of bed as soon as we're awake so that we can start to, come into our bodies and, connect with light, whether that's natural light, sunlight, or, turning some lights on just to start to regulate your body's rhythm. Sometimes though, like realistically, I know for me, I can relate. When I first wake up in the morning, I really like to just take the time to feel myself in my bed. Especially if you lucid dream or you experience vivid dreams, or in dream state, you travel, that can be challenging to come into your body and into your morning first thing. So let us come into this shorter practice with the intention of meeting ourselves wherever we're at. And then accepting that, because that can be another step. The acknowledgement and then the acceptance. And I was actually inspired by one of my teachers and teacher friends who led a really gentle, beautiful practice in the rain a couple of mornings ago. And we'll see, right? I'm not trying to, change how you might feel or experience the practice. But there can be such a beautiful way of waking up in such a mindful way, especially when we recognize that, we just need to be in our beds for a little longer. We can still start to wake up to ourselves and bring ourselves into the morning. Again, if you are practicing in the morning and if you share a bed with someone, you might want to, come out of bed and just come right down on the floor. You might even the night before kind of prepare that space if you want to be on the floor, get some blankets. You don't even have to have a physical yoga mat here. Set up your space as you feel called to. And when you're ready, we will come on down onto our backs. So your eyes might stay closed, or you might let your eyes gently open if you're waking up. And wherever your eyes are, let your gaze rest softly up to the sky. Find your drishti right here. Your palms might settle on your low belly. You might let your palms find the fronts of your hips or your thighs. Or maybe palms are settling down into the ground or your bed. And begin to become aware of where your body meets your bed or the ground. Feel how the backs of your shoulders relax down. Feel this sense of heaviness even as you are slowly waking up. Now bring your awareness into the front of your chest, the fronts of your shoulders, your face, and notice those spaces just gently opening. Maybe you feel the air just above your chest and your face. If your mind is wandering, just gently bring it back right into the front of your heart space and the softness of your face. Begin to notice the breath entering your nostrils, traveling down your throat and filling your lungs. Notice your exhale, how the front of your body, your chest, just gently sink and release down. Feel a big deep breath through your nose. And let the breath go out of your mouth. One more big breath. Fill your whole body from the toes up to your head. And let it all go. Feel your breath settling. And we'll come into a pranayama. So we will inhale to the count of 4. And we'll play with exhaling to the count of 6. Maybe palms rest on your upper belly and lower belly. Maybe palms stay where they are. Give yourself a normal breath in. Release it all the way out. When you're ready, inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep following your breath in the count. And if you notice that this breath does not support you in this moment, let it go or change the count of the breath. Accept yourself where you are in grace and strength. Once you feel yourself breathing all the way out, release your counted breath. Feel it settling back. Become aware of Mana Maya Kosha, your mind. With acceptance here, can you notice if there is some sleepiness or lethargy? Or maybe it feels a little clearer. As you're ready, let your fingertips reach over your head. And feel a nice long breath stretch through your toes, gentle reach through your fingers. Let your fingertips or palms release down to your sides. Let your knees bend and feel your feet sinking down into the floor or bed. Let your right foot lift away as you draw your knee into your chest, and maybe fingers clasp or rest on your shin, maybe the back of your thigh. I notice your breath deepening into your low back as it sinks deeper down. I notice if it feels like your left foot wishes to stay, or your left leg might lengthen long. You let your left toes point up to the sky if the back of your leg sinks down into the ground. On your breath in, let your right knee stir in a big circle, opening and closing with your breath. Feel your breath in, reverse your circle. When you feel your knee drawing in, let it stay hugging down. Maybe your left hand comes down into the top of your left thigh, just to feel the heaviness through Svadhisthana chakra, the energy center of your sacral area. hips. Feel your right ankle roll in a circle. Let it change direction. Feel your ankle finding stillness. Then let your right knee open out to the right side so it still stays in a deep bend as it sinks down to the right. And you feel into maybe your left foot and your inner right left thigh have some space. Maybe your right foot has space to come closer into your left thigh, connecting or not. Let your breath lift through your belly, expanding and releasing. Belly draws down to your spine. Let your inhale lift your right knee away from the ground. Right foot sinks down. And then let your left knee bend. So your left foot comes down. Let your palms rest by your sides. And feel your whole body here. Let your left knee draw into your chest. Right, maybe you feel that connection of belly to thigh. Maybe there's space. Palms might sink on the top of your shin to draw your left knee down. Here's your breath. You might feel into your right foot sinking down. Maybe your support here is to lengthen your right leg. Feel your toes point to the sky as you gently push through the heel of your right foot. Notice the space through the fronts of your shoulders, the openness there. Inhaling to stir your left knee, big circle out. Exhaling in. Breathe in to reverse. Feel it find stillness as you draw your knee back in and down. Ankle rolls. Breathe in as your ankle rolls the other way. Feel your left foot finding stillness. Left knee stays in a bend, perhaps as your left knee sinks down to the side. Maybe your foot comes to meet your inner leg somewhere, or you feel space between the two. And come back into that full compassion. Meet yourself where you're at and Maybe you bring in pillows or extra blankets underneath your knee or your legs. Maybe your open, gentle palms rest on your hips or your inner thigh. One more big open breath here in your belly. Let it go. Let your left knee lift away from the earth. You feel your left foot sinking down. Your right knee bends as your right foot joins right down on the ground next to your left. Feel your palms opening down by your sides. Feel your fingers gently spreading as they wake up too. And root down through the backs of your shoulders so you can really feel how your breath opens the space in Anahata Chakra, your loving heart energy center. Let it open in gratitude for your morning, for how you choose to wake up. All right, and accept if this is where your body wants to be here. Feeling your low back sink down. Feeling this gentle opening in every breath, new prana. If you would like to, or if your body's feeling the need or the call to come into some pelvic twists, or pelvic tilts rather. So as you inhale, let your pelvis move like a wave. Your low back gently lifts as your tailbone sinks down into the earth. As you exhale, press your low back down. Squeeze your belly down to your spine. Gentle with the breath. Inhaling, tailbone drops down. And exhaling, low back presses down. You might close your eyes here and sink deeper into the sensations of your pelvic floor waking up. So inhaling, pelvic floor relaxes, expands. And exhaling, low back presses down to gently engage those muscles. When you feel your low back rooting down nice and strong, lift your feet away from the earth, knees draw in. Give yourself a little hug, maybe wrap your shins or your forearms around your shins. Mine's still waking up. And start to relax through your pelvic floor, your roots, the tailbone. Feel your feet gently press away from you as your ankles sway side to side. Breathe into a stretch through the tops of your feet, the edges. Find some stillness in your ankles. A big breath as your toes point to the sky, a little flex. And exhale, point your toes away. Moving like that wave, inhaling and exhaling. Relax through your toes, your feet. And then feel your toes stretch nice and wide. Whatever that feels like to you, first thing in the morning. And then feel your toes scrunching in and down. relax through your toes. Let your body come to rest on a side. So maybe legs drop down. You shift onto a side. Feel your head sinking in your pillow or the crook of your arm. And give yourself some space to just reflect where you are here and where you were at the start of your practice, when you first woke up. And start to release that reflection. Let the palm sink down into your ground or your bed. And slowly feel your body pressing up, lifting away, just like a little seedling, rising up to the sunshine, opening up to the light. Maybe your eyes gently open and you come into a comfortable seat. Let your fingertips come to the flesh of your bum, maybe the backs of your thighs, just to gently roll them away. Find Muladhara Chakra, your root center sinking down. It can be such a nice way to come into your root space, right? Physically ground into your body. Let your shoulders roll to the back of your space. Let them roll to the front. And then bring some focus into your shoulders, your collarbones. Let your collarbones press out to the sides as the tops of your shoulders sink down. And then feel the crown of your head lifting up, even as your shoulders relax. Palms find the fronts of your knees, your thighs. Right, let your breath in, open your heart forward and through, lift through your neck, your gaze. And exhaling, feel your spine dome behind you as you drop your gaze down. Feel the whole spine waking up, inhaling and exhaling. Feel into whether your body is asking to make some sound through yawns or sighs. Maybe a little hum to feel the vibrations in your body, waking you up. When you feel your chin dropping down, back of your heart opens away, let yourself stay. Feel how your breath finds that space through the whole back of your body. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your inhale slowly lift you away. Chin lifts away from your chest as the crown of your head opens up to the sky. Sahasrara Chakra. All right, let your drishti, that soft focused gaze, stay resting down your cheeks. Even as your left hand lifts and comes across your body to land on the top of your right thigh. Right, gentle twist here. So your right fingers might kind of tent out to the side here. Maybe fingertips tent behind your tailbone. Sometimes we feel like we have to force ourselves in a twist. Let that go. Be present with where your body is. Nice long breath up through the crown of your head. And let your exhale twist your gaze. Maybe open your heart space to the right. Wherever you are is perfect. So meet yourself with compassion. Maybe fingertips stay rooted. Right, maybe you play and let your fingertips hover and just see how it feels to anchor through your roots as you twist through the strength of your spine. Let your inhale guide your body all the way back. Take a breath here in alignment. Drishti stays facing forward as right palm lifts, comes across your body and sinks down onto your leg. Feel into this side here. It's different in this moment. Right? Fingertips settle where they feel called to go. Inhaling, lift through your hips. And exhaling, ease in your twist. Feel your breath begin in your belly, stoking the Agni, the fire within you. It's so important first thing in the morning to stimulate our digestion. Maybe you stay with palms, fingertips rooted. Maybe you play, feeling into your Agni as the fingertips lift. Your breath in as you feel yourself move into center. Right, settle through your shoulders. On your breath, let the fingertips rise, expand with that energy up to the sky. And exhale, spread that energy out and down. Inhaling, rise, surge. Exhale, release and sink down. Breathing in, let your palms lift, maybe gaze to the sky. On your exhale, seal your palms, press them down and into heart center. Right, here we are in Anjali Mudra. Right, feel into the harmony in all the layers of your body. Even the subtle layers deep within your mind, even down into your soul. Welcome your whole self with gratitude and how you chose to wake up. Release Anjali Mudra. Maybe blink your eyes a couple of times and start to bring yourself into your space, gazing to one side and then to the other. Feel your gaze lift up to the sky, your ceiling, and down to the floor. Bring your gaze into center. It's my honor to help you wake up in the morning and continue to meet yourself where you're at. And see you soon.